Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday.
Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday, Queen. How are you this morning?
I'm doing pretty good this morning. God blessed me and woke me up, girl.
Yes, honey. Yes, won't he do it? Will he won't? Won't he will?
Yes, and I made it to the prayer call this morning.
Me too. I was so excited. I'm like, Lord, I done missed a couple. I done missed several. Time to get back on track.
Mhm. So that time change took me out, and we didn't even change times here, but we kind of did, but we didn't. And that was the confusing part. So I'm back at 5 a.m. on the prayer call. So instead of 6, I'm at 5, and it
Ooh,
was a struggle getting back to the 5.
ooh. I got to give you your props, Queen, because 5 a.m. does come rather early in the morning.
So shout out to my Central Time Zone people who be getting up at 5 a.m. to be on that prayer call. And Kiara Young, I gotta give her flowers because she's in the Chicago area, and she was the one that was leading prayer today, and she does it
Mm,
every Tuesday. So thank you, Queen, for everything that you do.
yes. Thank you. Thank you. Definitely
Hmm.
a trooper. And prayer was awesome this morning.
It was. We had so many people speaking like life over all of us, and it was a powerful. I don't know if it's the Women's History Month that's kind of tying it in, but we had like some powerful affirmations and some prayers
Hmm.
about sisterhood, and just yeah, it was beautiful this morning. And I
Definitely,
stayed up the
definitely.
whole time, so
Hey, you got to celebrate all
I
your
fall back to
wins.
sleep. That's a big win. I did not fall back to sleep. Thank you, Jesus.
I went ahead and made myself sit up so I wouldn't fall asleep. Because if I lay down, yeah, lights out.
Girl, I remember one time I fell asleep sitting up. So for me, it didn't even matter. Best thing, don't sit on the couch, don't lay on the bed.
Just go on
Go
ahead
sit in
and
one
get
of
up
them
and
hard
get
dining
moving.
chairs. You might be okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
See, I say we jump right into it because the Queen's got things to do this morning, so we got to get it rolling.
Okay, we can go ahead and get this rolling. Well,
Mhm.
good morning, everyone. Hey, queens and kings, welcome back to Tips and Tea Live, where we like to pour into your purpose, your pockets, and your personal growth. And listen, this week we are talking about something real, something personal, something that hits at every level of your life. Glow differently, becoming her. Because let's be honest now, the version of you that is here today is different from the version of you from last year, last month, and even last week. You know, you're already evolving. We evolve constantly every day, all day. And this morning, we are giving you permission to grow, to elevate, to shift, and to not feel guilty about it. So let's go ahead and get into it. So, what does it mean becoming her?
Yes, Sibu, it's definitely good to start here. I mean, even for yourself, when you hear becoming her, what does that look like for you personally?
Personally, it looks like someone that's just constantly evolving and, giving yourself permission, with the mindset changes, letting go of old habits, developing a deeper relationship with God and being consistent and being comfortable in your own skin and knowing that it's okay, not to have all the answers. And, just sometimes being thankful for the people that you are surrounded with that, you can be blessed by growing and learning. And also to just being okay with being you, you know what I mean? Being confident and knowing that you're going to grow and that you're constantly changing, not necessarily thinking of a person that just has it all together. Because as women, even when you are very confident, there's always still a little bit of, fear or a little bit of doubt. But just knowing that you're not the same person you were last year, you're not the same person you were last month, you know, that's what it means to me. How about you, Tella?
I totally agree with you on that because I like what you said, how there's always that some kind of fear there. And we were talking about this with some of our business partners before, some of our training calls, how, you
Mhm.
know, shout out to Roselle. She was one of our past guests, and she was like, the fear sometimes is still there, but the fear just means it's important.
Right.
It matters to you, and that's why, that fear is there, but it's okay, to be scared about something. What's not okay is if you let the fear hold you back. So you have to keep moving forward. So, yeah, I love that. See, thank you for sharing, the things that you've been working on, continuing to overcome, because
Yes, Queen.
we in our wealthy woman era.
Hey, I receive it. I receive it. And, sometimes we as women can be our own worst enemy. You just have to be thankful for where you are today and just know that, you're going to keep moving, you're going to keep changing. Growth is something that's inevitable. And the more you surround yourself with like minded people and let past things go, you are growing, you are growing and you are moving in the right direction. You are becoming her.
Absolutely. That's true. I know for myself, um, I had an issue with trying to control everything, right?
Mm,
Because for a long time, I was like the go to person in our family. Like, people couldn't figure it out. They would come to me and I would just do it, or I just fix it, or it was quicker if I got it done, right? And I really didn't raise my hand and ask for help a lot because, you know, I didn't want to depend on anyone else. That was my own hang up, right? Um, and then I came into a season where God was like, "You asking for my help, but you won't let go. You won't relinquish control. So how am I supposed to help you? I've been sending you people. I've been trying to come in and take over, but you won't let me. So
mm.
I had to learn the hard way that
Hey, I
that
think we all have.
it didn't serve me, right? And it wasn't serving him, and it wasn't serving those around me. So I had to kind of fight through that and start releasing it. Sometimes it still comes up. I think it's an ongoing battle, especially when something's been engraved in you for so long. So this is something I continue to work on, not trying to take on everything myself. So I had to accept things that was outside of my control, not let it hurt my feelings when it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So part of that was expectations that I was placing on other people. And when they didn't meet those expectations, because I would do it this way, so why wouldn't they do it this way? And I didn't understand. I would get frustrated. I would hold it in, like I wouldn't get mad at the individual, but I would internalize it. So that was a
Mm.
way of my issues. I would internalize people not meeting my expectations, and then I just wouldn't ask again, right? Because they didn't do it the way I wanted to do it. So, letting go of that and being more patient, right, with people and be more patient with myself. I had to stop over planning things because I would have a contingency plan for the contingency.
Hey,
Every
no,
part of my life cannot be scripted.
I can definitely understand that, but I think we all do that a little bit. You have to be willing to accept people for who they are, not who you want them to be.
Mhm.
And once you get over that, sometimes it does make things a little bit easier.
Oh yeah, because for me, I was like, oh, I see the potential in you. I see what's
Right?
there and what you can actually become if you just let it. Because it's like you kind of see it. I feel like God gives us all vision, and you see certain qualities in people, so you know what they're capable of. And like, I know you can do this, so why aren't you doing it? But it wasn't in their timeline yet. It just wasn't that time for them to step into that yet. And I was trying to push, especially certain parts. I was trying to push people into that timeline, and I had to stop that. That wasn't for me to push them. It was for me to present it, right? So it's
Hmm.
planting the seed, but it wasn't my job to try to force them into those roles. Right. So that was a part of it. And then I had to trust the foundation,
Mm.
had to trust that, things that was built, the discipline I was learning over years, the awareness, and rely on that and letting things unfold because again, everything's not going to be perfect. And I don't know where we got brainwashed at some point in history where perfection was the thing,
Oh,
and that's the role we have to play. But once I got older. I think hitting 40, um, like thunked me in the head or something. It was like a realization, girl, that's not even a thing. They lied. Somebody lied to all of us about perfection really being a thing. So yeah,
yes.
definitely. Oh, another big part was giving myself permission not
Mm.
to have all the answers.
Yes, ma'am. I can definitely relate to that one. And I think that's why God strategically places people around you. You may not have the answer, but they may have the answer. And sometimes just opening up and talking to people and expressing yourself, you would be surprised the people and the opportunities that you have just around you in your immediate circle.
Girl, yeah, because hindsight be 2020, and sometimes you don't get clarity till after you've already made the mistake or took the
Right.
steps.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I can definitely understand that. I definitely can. And, you know, sometimes when we are growing and you're changing, you're shifting, you're evolving, sometimes we have to let the past be in the past and we can't always be trying to bring the past into our future. There's a reason that that situation or that version of you is in the past. Uh-oh, looks like we having some technical difficulties. Well, life happens and we just, oh, there she is. She's
Oh,
back.
I'm
I was like, oh, look like we having some technical difficulties, but we just gonna keep rolling with it.
Oh, I thought I was gone. Mm-mm, she back.
Hey, no, she's back and better than ever. Okay.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. See, I missed that last part. It completely cut out on me.
Oh, no worries, no worries. I was just basically saying that, sometimes when we are growing and evolving and changing, like, it's okay to leave the past in the past. It's okay, because a lot of times when you're growing or you're changing, sometimes people that are not really on your side like to remind you of past mistakes that you've made or try to doubt your growth and things like that, but you just let them stay where they are and you give yourself permission to just move forward. I mean, there is nothing wrong with, sometimes you do have to let people go and you to evolve. The old circles that you were in, they may not serve you now. And I was actually watching a video this morning, and they were saying, basically how, like misery loves company, or it could be a situation where, you're not doing the right thing and you hang with certain people. But when you take those things away, what really do you have in common with that person? So sometimes you just have to let those things go and let people go and just move on and be yourself. Do what you have to do for you.
Yeah, you're right. And realize that you don't have to accept the energy that they putting out there.
Exactly. No, ma'am, you don't. No. Because
Just because they
sometimes we
comfortable with
evolve and they don't, you know?
mm-mm. No, no, no. I know
No,
how many of us got some complainers in our lives. Every time you talk to them, something wrong.
nothing is ever right, nothing ever
Say,
positive to say.
you think the conversation is going good, and then 5 minutes later, it done went all the way to the left, all the way to the left. Everybody. So you know, you can engage in it if you want to. Maybe you decide that you want to be active that day. You want to engage, or you can choose peace. Like, okay, yeah, you're right. Let them have that.
Yes, ma'am. Peace is priceless, you know?
Hmm. It definitely is. Well, I will say this, Queens. We gonna roll into our Queen tip segment, but
Hey.
yeah, we're not just talking about growth here. We want to walk it, and if you want to drop some tips or some gems on how you've been transforming, right?
Hmm.
What's your word of 2026? I know my word for 2026 was focus. Last year was create. This year was focus. If you want to drop your word of the year in the chat, or just something that you transforming or working into, and this the teacher is gonna start dropping these tips.
Hey. We like the queen tips. We haven't done them in a while. So, it was definitely time to bring them back. But I guess, one of my queen tips for today would be stop shrinking to fit in spaces that you've outgrown.
So one of you was just speaking on that.
Hey, you know. And I mean, because growth is going to require
Person,
you to get uncomfortable. There is no comfort in the growth zone, so just stop shrinking to fit in places that you have outgrown. You may have had friends or have had habits, and if you don't do those things anymore, don't try to fit in. I mean, you can still be, I guess, cool with people, or still have a relationship, but you don't have to shrink yourself to fit where you've outgrown, you
mm-hmm.
know? And what about you, Queen?
Girl,
What's your tip?
I have so many, but
Yeah, I know you do.
I'm working on, and I like to put it out there. I don't get keep our transition, our story, what we trying to do, but definitely upgrading your mindset before you
Mhm.
upgrade your lifestyle. All right. Because if you still in that toxic mindset of just blowing money and things like that, and but you got a whole new income that's coming in, these are things that are not going to be able to stay. It's going to be a short season for you.
Mm.
So feel like the real glow starts internally, how you think, how you speak, and what you believe about yourself. You got to start changing these things before you start changing the physical things around you, right? So you know, sometimes we do the opposite, right? We level up externally, right? Whether it's buying a new car, better clothes, nicer places to live. But again, if that mindset hasn't evolved, or if you ever struggled to maintain a lifestyle before, all you're gonna do is self sabotage.
Mm. That
That's
is
what
so
it's gonna come back to, right? How long is this new lifestyle upgrade gonna really last? Like, how many times have we heard the same story of someone like they fixed the credit, right? Then it
true.
started over. They were able to get a better apartment, and then 7, 8 months later, they get served with 5-day notices. And so, it's how you think. And sometimes I have to, even for myself, I had to come out of that broke mindset, right? Even though we were at a point where we were building things and trying to build like something for our family as a generational thing, I was still being real cheap about stuff, right? And still being very frugal and just realize, and sometimes even that can hold you back, right? We talked about that before, where being afraid to invest in things,
Mm.
right? So whether it's you got to get over the overspending or being too frugal, like sometimes you be holding yourself back. So I have to repeat sometimes to myself that I'm building, I'm learning, and I'm becoming. Just keep drilling it into myself. I got to write it down, I got to talk about it, and I got to pray about it.
Yes, ma'am. And I mean, that kind of goes back to what you were talking about earlier about, trying to be quote unquote perfect.
Mhm.
When you are growing, when you are moving, when you're doing different things, I mean, you have to allow yourself grace because, again, nobody has all the answers. And we may make a mistake here or there, but, we need to learn from our mistakes and move on and not harp on it because you might have a little trip up or a little hiccup when you're growing or building, so I definitely understand that, being scared to invest or things like that, but you got to take those chances, you got
We
to
got a
take
couple
those.
comments in the chat.
Do
Michelle
we?
Pearson said her word this year for 2026 is unbreakable. Okay, Queen.
Let's go, Unbreakable. I know that's right.
Said no matter what you throw at me, it ain't gonna tear me up. I got
Look,
this. I
bouncing
got
off.
Shout out to the Kings in the chat. We got Bossy Mitchell that says patience is his word for this year. Yeah, patience gonna open up a lot of other blessings for you, right? Because
Mhm.
it's a foundational thing that's gonna definitely help you in every part of your life.
Right.
It literally is. It's,
We all need a little patience. And I
we do.
apologize, Queen. For whatever reason, I'm not able to see the comments.
Yeah, they weren't popping up at first, and I think that's why my system glitched, and I went bye bye.
Oh, okay, okay.
I wasn't seeing them either. Like I can only see like Miss Monica Brown was watching, but now it's all popping up. So I think it's just like a slow load or something
Delay.
this morning.
Okay.
We got Michelle Ramos for consistency, so you might have to check your page to see if there's anybody commenting over there because it's not
I can
pulling
do
for some reason.
that. Okay.
We got Michelle Ramos for consistency. Okay, Queen, that was my word a couple years ago too. I was like, I gotta get better.
Let's
Yes,
go,
keep
Queen.
stay focused. Shout out to Tanisha Brown with practicing self compassion. Yes, giving yourself grace.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, yes. And let's see here. Um, oh, you go right ahead. Tino Conquest, obedience. I know that's right.
That's
Sometimes that
about
can be hard, but it definitely pays off when you are obedient.
yes. Thank you all for sharing that. Some things that we working on this year. Though, don't be mad at me if I pop up into your inbox saying, "How's that going?"
Hey, nothing wrong with having an accountability partner to remind you of your goals.
Everybody, Miss Chantel, where you come from? I don't know. I just be popping up sometimes. Sometimes I just get a pull that say you need to check on this person.
Hey, pop on up, pop up on them. Let's
Hmm.
see here. Another queen tip that I have, protect your energy like account. You know?
Hello.
Hey, you want your bank account, you checking it, you making sure everything's all good. So that's how you need to protect your energy. Not everybody deserves access to you. Sometimes people's access needs to be denied. If you're bringing me down, if you're not positive, if you're not uplifting, you know what I mean, then you are a drain on my energy, and that is something that we don't need.
That's true. That's true. When you said it, I heard this. I watched this video a while back. It just
Uh-huh.
played on repeat in my head. But this girl was like, "Don't mess with my man and don't mess with my money, and we won't have any problems."
Wow. I know that's right.
You said protect your energy like it's your bank account. That's all.
Yes, honey, protect it, Protect it. Shoot, like I said earlier, peace is priceless. You can't afford to let nobody disturb your energy or disturb your peace.
Amen to that. And we
Yes,
got
ma'am.
Michelle
Peace is
Pearson.
paramount when you're in your growth season
Mhm.
now.
Can you see the?
Yes. Ability is what you are capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do. Attitude determines who you will do it. Wait a minute. How well you will do it, excuse me. And if you believe in yourself, anything is possible. Be amazing today. I know that's right, Queen. Be amazing today.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna be amazing. Everything I
Oh,
do.
that's right.
Even if I fail, if I fail, I'm gonna fail amazingly.
Hey, do it and do it well. Yes, ma'am. As
Yes.
long as you're putting your best foot forward, that's all you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And in the
Gonna
words of
fail this
Queen
morning.
Destiny, done is better than perfect. So as long as you're getting your things done, then you are well on your way.
Oh yeah, and I think that brings us into another tip that we kind of want to tell people because we keep forgetting this and giving yourself grace in every season.
Yes.
Right? You're allowed to grow slow, to pivot if you need to. Right, the goal doesn't change, but sometimes how you get to the goal might
Right.
need to change. Right, so it's okay to pivot. Right, it's okay to pause for a second because now you need to reassess. Take that time to like, okay, I've been pushing, pushing, pushing this way. This is not working. Sometimes we got to pause and look at the bigger picture, right?
Yeah.
Take some time to really pause and ask God, can you help guide me because I'm stuck? Because we get stuck and then we try to force things, right? Now we're trying to control it. So sometimes we got to pause, especially when we're still becoming that person we want to be. Right. So giving yourself that grace in every season because, we think growth has to be fast. It has to
Mm.
be perfect. We have to always be on, especially when like corporate situations where, we feel like we got to put on a show, right, in order to be chosen, in order to be chosen to go to that next level. But real growth is layered, right? It's
Hmm.
messy. It's definitely messy because we don't know everything. We're still learning. I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna make mistakes and it doesn't look the same in every season. It's gonna change. You might have had a fast growth in one season, and then you hit a plateau in the next,
Hmm.
right? And you might took a little dip the season after that, but then it shot back up again. It's gonna change. It's gonna change. It's gonna have these charts where it flows up, it flows down, right? Some seasons where it's just quiet, but I found out that it all be on time.
Hey.
Just things happen unexpectedly that you don't realize you needed that season of quiet to be able to handle those things that were coming your way. They needed to teach you some things
Yes,
to
ma'am.
get ready for the next level. So, you can't rush your timeline, right? We got to normalize pivoting with because what worked last year, right,
Hmm.
might not work again right now. And that's okay.
That is.
And being okay with that because evolving means that we're adjusting to our environment and to the things that's outside of our control. And then remembering to rest. We are not machines. I am not
Mm-mm.
AI, even though I call ChatGPT my bestie sometimes. I'm not AI. I cannot go all day, all night, and then be still expect to be working at a level that's going to be all shiny and bright, right? Because sometimes we take on too much stress. It's going to put you down when you don't want it to if you don't take that rest.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
That is so true.
Yeah,
You have to take time to rest so that way you can be fresh and ready to go the next day.
absolutely. And talk better to yourself, everybody. Do not call yourself stupid. Do not call yourself slow. You got to speak better words over yourself, right? Especially
Yes.
in that season where you're changing and you're becoming something different and you're letting go of old habits and you're not hanging around the same people anymore. You got to stop all that negative talk or stop thinking that you should be further when it comes to progress, right? If you mess something up, so say, I messed up. Say, I learned something. That's a big
Yes, ma'am. You have to give yourself credit where credit is due. And sometimes, I mean, you may have to be your own cheerleader. You may have to be, giving yourself a pep talk daily. Do what you need to do to keep you going in a positive direction. If that means taking time and writing you some Bible verses down or writing some affirmations down, get you a little post-it note, post them things everywhere where you can see them. And when you make a mistake and you start that negative thought process starts to re-engage, no, no, no.
yeah.
I'm fearfully and wonderfully made in the likeness and image of God. I am evolving, I am changing. You got to speak life over yourself because life and death is in the power of the tongue. And sometimes we speaking these bad things, you know what I mean? You start believing that. So just like we brainwashed ourselves to believe the bad things, you got to brainwash yourself to believe the good things.
Absolutely. And now I have that mental recording in my mind of the teacher over there going, no, 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 don't go that way. Now, whenever I start to go the wrong way, so teacher's gonna pop up in my head and she's gonna be like, no, 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 Tails, don't do that. You
No,
don't run it
ma'am.
back the other way.
No, ma'am. Mm-mm. Not today, honey.
Yeah, it's like that midnight snack when I was going to the refrigerator and I heard Sherry Landrum in my head, and they'd be like, what would Sherry Landrum do? Just don't go in there and get the cookies and the chips. Go grab an apple or something instead. That's gonna get you some kiwi because the kiwi is gonna help digest whatever's still floating around in your tummy.
Mm. I need to picture Sherry Landrum in my head doing that because, honey, I have been stuck on these little brownie batter frosties from Wendy's for a late night snack. Woo! They are really good.
There are certain things that I'm glad that is not in our area anymore. I cannot partake,
Oh,
but
sorry.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back in June, and we're going on a whole food tour. So yeah, yeah, I got a lineup ready.
Nothing wrong with that, Queen. Good food is good food. And if you're a food connoisseur, you want to get that good food.
I'm gonna do my workouts now because I'm getting ready for June. Look, I'm not getting ready for like swimsuit season. I'm not getting ready to try to fit in a dress or nothing like that. Though I want to get myself prepared and ready now because I know when I come back to Chicago, I'm gonna be eating some of everything because Chicago has some of the best food. It does. Sorry, we can fight over it.
She said, sorry, we can fight over it. I mean, everybody that I've met from Chicago, they always say y'all have the best food out there. So I might need to come go on a food tour myself.
you know, Look at this, teacher. As soon as I started talking about being bad, Sherry Landry then popped up in the comments. Look at this. Look at this. Will you come look at this?
What did she say, Queen? Because I definitely cannot see it. Hold on. What she
She said,
say?
it's okay to treat yourself in moderation.
Thank you, Sherry.
Moderation is key. We didn't get caught.
Not every night, just once a week, huh? I know that's right. Moderation.
Taco Tuesday. I had tacos the other day, Michelle, but I'm not opposed to having tacos again. You know, she
Nothing
said
wrong with
she'd been listening. Okay, we going
get back to it.
I feel exposed.
Ooh.
We cutting up this morning.
Sometimes you gotta laugh at yourself. You gotta have a little fun. Can't always be so serious. You gotta give yourself grace.
Yes. Well, we're gonna do an audience check-in because Sherry done dropped some eyeballs on us. And we want to check in because we didn't talk quite a few things about growth this morning. Becoming a different version of yourself, becoming her, becoming him, whatever that looks like for you. Let's drop in the comments again. What season are you in right now? Are you in a healing season? Are you in a hustling season? Like I gotta get this money by tomorrow type of season. I'm in a hustling season, I'm building. Are you elevating? Are you in an elevating season or are you in a resting season right now? Maybe you got to take some time to reevaluate and reset, right? Are you in your resting season? So drop in the comments. Are you healing, hustling, elevating, or resting right now? What season are you in, Miss Queen Satitra?
Um, I mean, I would say like more than one, like I mean, kind of like the hustling, elevating, and a little resting.
No, absolutely. I think I just came out of like a resting season. Like I had to take a little break. I had to take like a little break from social media because I had got overwhelmed.
Honey, it can happen. It can happen.
Right.
You get overstimulated.
Absolutely. So I had came out of that. Still been working on elevating, right? This whole year, and I just wanted to be focused on that. Last year was definitely hustling. I was like, you get a car, you get a car, you finish your credit cards, you get a high yield savings account. What you doing over there? You need some funding? Come on over here.
Did you need some funding to put them glasses down? I know that's right, Queen. And you have done it so amazingly well. So, giving you your
Mhm.
flowers, Queen. You elevating, hustling, doing it all, doing it big.
I was definitely harassing people. Like, look, we had this conversation, and you told me 6 months ago you wanted to set up this business. What are we doing?
Hey, what are we doing?
What are we
Yes.
doing? So I was definitely like pushing, like, hey, I'm your accountability partner. Be here. What we doing? Come on, let's talk about it. So you can have more than one thing going on at a time. Absolutely. We're
Yes.
such complex creatures, aren't we?
That we are. That we are.
All
Oh,
right,
I can
Michelle, I
finally see
see
some
you
comments.
hustling and elevation. What you say, see?
Oh no, I was saying I can finally see some comments on my phone, but I couldn't see them on the computer. But no,
Mm,
that's good. She's hustling and elevation season. I know that's right, Queen. Keep it up because you are doing an amazing job.
Sherry says she's side
Your
of in her
preparation.
preparation with a side of building. Let's go.
Okay, let's go, Queen. That's
Look,
awesome.
Tanisha said she's doing three of them: hustling, elevating, and resting, because she know those two together can take
Yes.
you out. You don't find your rest in between.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, Queen. I feel you.
Let's go.
Any
All
more?
right, all right. Well, definitely, if you're in some of these seasons that we were talking about,
Mhm.
you're ready to elevate financially too, and not just mentally and emotionally. And we got you all covered, so we can help you become
Yes.
that best person of yourself financially as well. What do we help work on? See,
Hey, we can help you with, getting your credit together, credit restoration, building business credit, also starting your LLC or getting access to funding. So we definitely can help you. And then also, like Tella said, if you need an accountability partner, we got your back now.
absolutely, because we do offer mentorship here, and that's a
Yeah.
big part of it. Especially if you want to do something like what we're doing, where we're helping people rebuild financially, whether it's personal or business, or you want to start your own financial service business. We have mentorship here for you. So as you start a brand new business, you don't have to figure it out all on your own. We actually coach you on how to start your own financial service business, and we give you a step by step plan and help you glow up all the way up, right?
Yes.
Where you also work on yourself as you're building this business if you need to.
And I just would say, we have some of the best. We do, we do. I love our leaders, mentors. I mean, it definitely is not only a business glow up, but it's a personal glow up as well.
Absolutely. So if you do want to find out more information, you can DM us Glow or drop it in the comments, and we'll set up a free consultation to talk to you about your goals, right? What does this look like for you?
Yes, definitely. And if you know a queen that's glowing up or needs to hear this, please tag, like, and share our live. We definitely would appreciate it. And you could also follow us on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is Tips and Tea Live. And remember this, every version of you definitely serves a purpose, but not every version of you is meant to stay. So out with the
Mhm.
old and in with the new. Keep evolving, keep changing, keep growing, and keep glowing.
Absolutely. In every season.
Every season.
Every
Emphasis
season.
on the every season.
Every.
Yes, queen.
We have this thing going right now where the queens are saying, they're getting better and better, but they're saying betterer and
Better.
betterer. And now it's been flowed over to other parts of my language. Now it's every.
Every season. Every season you're gonna glow different. Every season, just the constant evolution of you becoming her.
Absolutely. Oh, and before we jump off here, I do want to say if you all did not get a chance to tune in last week Tuesday when we had Tish Griffin on, she wrote a book about in this era of saving and budgeting, right? Go back and check out that live because she also dropped some gems on how to get started on your budgeting journey if you've never done it before, right? Different mindsets that you can get yourself out of and you can start tuning into in order to start saving and start growing your wealth, right? And she's aimed it and targeted towards our communities, right?
Yes.
Where we've been struggling on making sure that we're building generational wealth. And then she did touch on a few key points of how other communities, right? They help each other with building, right? They all stand in the same house, and so this family member can now buy a house or buy a car, right? They're really tapping into each other's resources to help each other, right? Where in some of our communities, our dollars are not even staying,
Mm,
right? We get paid, they stay in our community for 6 hours, and then it's gone.
that's so true.
So she's talking about these things, bringing them to the forefront, and then giving us techniques that we can use to put an end to that, right? And really start building up our community dollars again. So if you didn't get a chance, definitely go back and watch last week's live. It is listed on YouTube. Like the teacher said, you can tune into Tips and Tea Live on YouTube. Um, I believe the live is still up on our pages from last week, so you can look at my page, Shatella Shabazz, and then see Booker on her Facebook Live as well, and you'll be able to see that. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in this morning. We definitely love you all, and thank you for supporting. Any last words, Sibu?
Oh, just again, thank you guys for tuning in. We definitely appreciate you. Don't forget if you need any assistance with anything, we would love to help you. And everybody have a blessed Tuesday and have a blessed rest of your week. And don't forget, check out Tish's book now. Oh, what was it? I'm so sorry. The name escaped me. What was it? How to budget? What? Yep. You tell us because I don't want to misspeak.
Let me pull it up. I'm going to see if I can copy and paste the link in the
Yes.
chat. I got to grab the
Yes.
link. See if I can
I
do
think
that.
that is a good place to start if you're trying to learn how to budget and save. And Tish, please forgive me for not having the title of the book. We definitely got to have Tish back. She definitely dropped some gems and is very knowledgeable on the subject.
Yeah, I'm dropping the link in the chat for everybody. Let me see if I can copy and paste this. Cause you know how that go. It works when it wanna works.
Yes, work when it want to work, but we gonna get it though.
All right, I think I got it. All right, perfect. Okay, so it should be popping up in the chat. All right, everybody. Bye for now. Love you all.
Love you. Have a blessed week. See you next Tuesday.